tales, the layers unfold, creations alive, dreams retold, the hum of the machine, the beat of the night. Tim hosts the spark, the guiding light. Electric vibes, hands to the keys, chats alive, riding the breeze from the firm roots to the rising stars, subscribers and visitors. Here you are. Welcome to the stream. Hearts collide. Hanging with Tim on a Sunday ride. Community strong. Let the love flow. DWIT 3D Canada. Let's start the show.
Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Okay, how's that? How's that? Do you have sound now? Can you hear me fine? I had a few issues with setting up the audio in OBS. I'm hoping this worked. I need to turn my speaker off because I can hear myself. There we go. Okay, fail, I know. Okay, so as I was saying with no sound, everything is going to be pretty good tonight, or it's going to go in the crapper. And so far we're starting off in the crapper. Let's get out of the crapper. We're streaming directly from OBS tonight. I don't know if we have any lag, if we have any delay, anything like that. So it's my first time streaming directly through OBS. We're nixing StreamYard because they want to charge me an arm and a leg, and I can only afford an arm, and my left arm at that. So as long as you can hear me fine and the sound is pretty decent, not overmodulated. I'm showing a little bit in the red here on my monitor, on my meters, but as long as you guys can hear me clear and fine, that's good. That's a good sign. I'm down one camera. I'm just using the two cameras tonight. The camera that you saw in the intro filming the printer printing, and this one little guy here, and then my main camera. So let's go. Okay, Jerry says it looks great. Thank you. I switched up cameras. I traded cameras. This was my main camera to begin with. I traded with the Canon, and I think the picture looks pretty good. It does to me. Got a little bit of lag on my end, but that just could be from what's going on. Let me refresh my YouTube screen over here. And yeah, that image looks pretty good. That doesn't look bad. Okay, good. So let's say hi. Printing is going to work tonight. The turtle is ready. Well, I posted in there. I'm still having that error, and I'm hoping somebody can drop in tonight that can tell me exactly what's going on, because I have spent... I want to first of all say thank you, Jerry, for the time you allowed me to be on the stream trying to figure out that problem yesterday. Unfortunately, I had to run. But then I spent more time last evening. I spent more time today. I still can't figure out what the heck is going on with that. I'm hoping somebody on stream tonight can help me. I really do. I hope somebody can help me. Picture is brighter. Yeah, I've got different lights here. and I've tried to adjust the lighting so it's pretty decent. Hopefully it is looking decent. I can change the color of the light, etc., etc. So let's go say hi to everybody who's here first before I forget. So we have, we have Jose Ferreira is here. We have Edward is here. Edward Rantes. Glenn Kaufman's here. The Ranch Kid's here. Jerry, appreciate you always, my friend. Maker Mindset is here. Skull Army. Let's see. Jeff Thorson, Guy the Jedi. Cliff D. Jack Black. If I skip your name, forgive me. Tuxedo is here. Who else did I see here that I have missed? Andy Visley. Let's see. Jeff Thorson, we said. Raj D. Hiya, hiya. Edward Maker. David Walton is here, and he says printing is going to work tonight. The turtle is ready. Ah, my goodness, I hope so. The turtle is ready, and the turtle is operating. There's one error we're getting, and for those of you that are just joining us, I'm hoping somebody like, say, oh, I don't know, Thunder Keys maybe pops on and can help. And Tuxedo, maybe you can. You haven't gotten yours run so far. I have a feeling I'm getting close, though. Oh, that's good. That's good. And Brian Oswald, hello, hello. So this is the error I'm getting. No, that's not the screen. That's my YouTube screen. The error I'm getting, if I pull up the proper window here, which is right here, this is the error I'm getting when I do a cut. It does the cut motions, and then after it's finished cutting, it says move out of range, -1, so X -1, Y -1, Z8, and then the -25, I'm assuming, is an extruder or a head movement, an extruder movement, something. But that is the error I'm getting constantly no matter what I try to do. I am really, really hoping somebody can help me with this on stream. I have looked through countless places. I've read through this initial setup everywhere, and I just cannot find anything that I have done incorrectly. But obviously I have done something incorrectly because this isn't working. So I'm hoping somebody can shed some light on this tonight. Somebody can pop on and shed some light on this, because otherwise I'm stuck. And I'm kind of, I even kind of feel embarrassed about this, because this is the second stream where I said, let's print. And this is the let's print take 2. And until I can get through these tests and get this thing to work, I cannot print. So, Tuxedo says he knows what that is. It's an easy fix. Talk to me, Tuxedo. There might be a little bit more delay between this and the chat. I'm not sure how much of a delay there is in the video actually getting to you guys versus me seeing the chat. I haven't set a value in the config for what? Which config, Tuxedo? Which config do I need to get on for that? I can't even invite anybody on the stream because I don't know if I can, or if I can, I don't know how to invite somebody on a stream in an OBS direct stream. So I might not be able to. So Tuxedo says he knows the issue, and if he does, man, I don't swing that way, but man, I'd give you a kiss on the cheek if you were close, if you know the issue. So Tuxedo says hold on. So let's hope Tuxedo has the answer here. Let's hope so. As this turtle is ready to lay some eggs, I'm telling you. Okay, thank you, Tuxedo. Appreciate that. Again, forgive me if there's I'm not used to OBS streaming direct, so I don't know how much of a lag there is between OBS and what you're actually seeing. I guess I could actually look on here and see where I'm seeing. I could go 2 fingers and I could see how long the lag is. It's sort of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Mississippi, 10 Mississippi, 11 Mississippi, 12 Mississippi. That's a long lag. Yes, that's the error from last week. Yes, definitely. Yeah. Oh, that is a long lag. Oh my goodness. Wow. I think that's like a 20-second lag that's happening there. But anyways. So let's see. You were screaming at your screen when watching the replay. Oh, you were. Turtles are slow moving. Hey, James, that's an awesome analogy there, that we can't do this fast because turtles are slow moving, so it takes a while for things to get done. I am being texted. Ah, okay, just another order for another 3D print. That's all right. Keep getting these orders. Okay, so I'm going to go back to this window right here, and I'm going to await Tuxedo's hilarious, valuable input. Hey, Jose, how are you, sir? Hello, and welcome to the hopefully successful stream, if we can get this issue fixed. But there's about a 20-second lag, and I don't know why, because I told OBS to have a 1-second delay. 1-second delay, so we'll see what happens. Maybe it's in case I see something happening in chat. I think the chat, I don't think there's a delay in chat though. I think there's just a delay in my voice. So if I type something in chat in my OBS window, something, it shows up in chat immediately. Okay, so there's just a video delay. There's not really a chat delay. There we go. Either that or I am way behind. If I go playback speed 1.5, maybe it's just my YouTube here that's got the big delay in it. Isn't that a stand clipper min position? A stand clipper min position, a standard clipper min position? You would think so. You would think so. Do you have the coordinates of the tool head when it's barely touching the cutting arm? I do. Those coordinates of the tool head when it's barely touching the cutting arm are under Machine and AFC and the AFC macro variables. Those coordinates are X15, Y48 right there. Chat is faster than video, definitely. No, I did enter those coordinates, Tuxedo. And there's the coordinates there. It doesn't have a problem touching, it doesn't have a problem activating the cutter. It has a problem after it activates the cutter. So the error is happening after the cutter is activated. I can recreate that error. That explains why we saw you type something in chat and talk about it 20 seconds later. Yeah, so there's a 20-second delay. It's really weird. So I've gone through all of this stuff that I'm looking at on screen. Now you guys are hearing this 20 seconds after I say it. So I have to be patient with the chat because it'll obviously take 20 seconds for somebody to say something. I have to try and figure out why there is such a delay. As I say, tonight I'm just trying a new way of streaming through OBS Direct, and it's going to work. We'll get it all to work. So, yeah. So that's our pin location 1548, okay? XY coordinates. Our variable cut acceleration, it was recommended leaving that at 0. Our variable cut direction left, which is fine, which means the tool head's going to move left to cut. It can't be going out of range when it's doing the cut because it would give me an error and before it would do the cut saying it's going to be moving out of range. And we already went with that. Variable pin park distance is 6. That's the distance away it parks before it actually moves the cut to give it some cutting momentum. Then it's going to move 11 millimeters to the left to do the cut. Okay. This talks about the cut speed, the move speed, the evacuate speed, the dwell time it's cutting, variable cut fast move fraction, and then the extruder move speed after it cuts. So nothing to do with the position of the actual tool head. You think you need to adjust my park move. The default -1, -1 for the cut. You're saying the default is -1, -1 for the pin location, but that can't be. So let's see. Cliff thinks I need to adjust my park move. Hey, Chris, how are you? Good to see you on here. We are going over the exact same problem that we finished with last Sunday. Somebody on here is going to know what to do. I don't care if this whole 2-hour stream, it takes this whole 2-hour stream to fix this issue and we have to wait till next week to print. It's going to be the way it is, but I'm going to get this issue fixed. I mean it. Park location. Okay, let's go ahead and... Where is the park location? Now, okay, so where is the park location here? We have a pin location, cut acceleration, cut direction, pin park distance. Okay, that's just how far it parks from the pin before it cuts. Then we have a cut move distance, and then there's a park position somewhere, restore position. Okay, we already played with the restore position, and that just made it worse when we changed that to true. Never let the machines win. NLTMW Mike, he would agree with you, Chris. Guarantee it. At the bottom of the file I'm looking at. Okay, let's go to the bottom. Poop, kick, brush, park. Okay, G code, AFC park, VARS, park macro configuration, park location -1, position to park the tool head. If you want Z-hop, okay, so you're saying that I need to change this. Okay, so I want to change that. So if I want to park it after the cut, so if I say I want to park it to the middle of the bed, okay, maybe this is it. So if I were to go 150, whoops, let's not screw this up. Let's not get too excited and type for 150. So now this is going to tell it that after it does the cut, move to the middle of the bed. Okay, let's try that. And as I say, Tuxedo, if this is the solution and you were near me, I'd give you a kiss on the cheek, because I don't, you understand. Or I'd shake your hand and buy you a beer. How's that? Okay, let's restart. Let's see what's going to go on. Okay, we're going to go through the turtle. Turtle's going to come on up here and say, turtle, turtle, locked and loaded, locked and loaded, locked and loaded, and locked and loaded. That's not going to get me demonetized for saying locked and loaded on a stream, is it? Okay, so let's see. You know this is it. Oh God, I hope you're right. I really hope you're right. Now, my first lane is blue, so if we look up here, oh man, what's going on? What's holding my camera wires back? Here we go. So my first lane, oops, my first lane is blue. Hard to see, but that believe it or not, that first lane is lit up blue and the other three are lit up green. The lighting just kills those LEDs on that thing. Anyways, and I don't have the best cameras in the world here. So my first lane is blue, which means that it's loaded down to the tool head. So if I go on here and I come down here to the macro and I say I want to unload. No, actually, it means I want to go, so T0 is loaded right now. I want to load T1. Please home the printer before doing a tool change, of course. So we're going to home the printer. Oops. Give you guys a view here. Oh, let's turn on the case light so you can see what's going on. Plus it gives the camera something to focus on. Okay, we're homed. Now I'm going to hit, on here I'm going to hit T1, which says, okay, unload T0 and load T1. So let's go T1. Okay, so now it's heating up the extruder first, okay, of course, because it's got to purge the filament that's in the extruder, and then it's going to cut it. Blue is lane 4. I keep screwing that up. I really... I keep messing that up. I swear I'm going to put lane labels on this thing, because I keep messing up which lane is which. Left is for... See, I go from left to right, and I think, okay, left has got to be number 1, but no, left is lane 4. Oy, oy, oy. Okay. I'm holding my breath here. Well, I'm not going to really hold my breath, but metaphorically, I'm holding my breath thinking this is going to work. You still have the slicer issues to go through, though. Yes, I still got to do the slicer setup, which I don't think it's going to be an issue. That's what I said about this, right? Yeah, I'm telling you. So here we are. We are at 215 degrees. Left to right like handwriting. Yeah, but so left to right would be 1, 2, 3, 4, but left to right in this case is 4, 3, 2, 1. Unless you're left-handed, then you're right to left. Or if you're writing in Chinese, you're right to left. Okay, here we go. Cut. That was the issue. Oh my God, that was the issue. Are you kidding? Now we're going back. Now I've got a red. I've got unload error not cleared. Unload error not cleared. So it didn't clear it for some reason. Either that or it didn't cut it far enough. But we fixed the error. Leftmost lane is lane 1. Oh yeah, it is. Whatever. I'm so confused. Don't confuse me anymore. You're right, it is lane 1. Well, who said blue was lane 4? Whatever. I got a red error now. Okay, we fixed that problem, but now we have an issue with it didn't clear. Unload error not cleared. So something didn't cut or something. So I'm going to try. I'm just going to do an unload macro, and I'm going to see what happens. Ah. Okay, it's not, the cutter's not pushing it enough. Okay. We're going to get an unload error again here. Lane failed to unload filament from toolhead. Filament stuck in toolhead. Okay, I think what's happened here is I think I don't think it's pushing far enough in now. But now that we've fixed that one error, we can go ahead and do a fine adjust on this toolhead. Temperature was 234 degrees. Not a problem with temperature. Hey, Kenny Sims. So let's have a look. So let's go ahead. Okay, now I'm excited. I got a little bit more of my adrenaline back because we figured out that problem. Thank you so much, Tuxedo. So let's go back here, and I am going to find the XY position when the cutter arm is just is kissing the bolt, basically thing. So that's nice and snug. So we're going to home everything first. Then we're going to find that position here. Okay, we are cooking with some grease here now, guys. I can't even tell on this window how many people are watching the stream right now. That's kind of sad, unless I go to this window and it tells me that there are 37 concurrent viewers. Oh, I like that. And 15 likes. Only 15 likes with 37 viewers. Come on, guys, you're killing me. Okay, you're not killing me that bad. Okay. Let's go ahead and move this now. We got to go 100, and we're going to go 100 on the X, 100 on the Y, and then we're going to move the X over 10, 10, 10, and we're going to move the X over, and then we got to move Y up a little bit more. Let's just get a look at this. We got to move Y up a little bit more. Okay. And then I'm going to move X over just a hair more. Okay, so now we are just touching the lever with the bolt. Okay, hey, Brent Ferguson from Texas. How y'all doing, Texas? I'm doing my best to have a Texas accent, but I'm probably butchering it. So I'm most likely insulting you, so I'll shut up now. Okay, sorry guys. I'm in a good mood now that we figured this out. Okay. So we got this touching, so our coordinates now, if we look on screen here, home offsets, remember those. So we are at 16 and 47 for touching the pin. So then where we go into here, variable config, so okay, we're a little bit off, so we can change to 16 and 47. Okay, well, I'm going to write them down because we're going to do a couple other movements first. Okay, we're going to do a couple other movements first so I don't have to restart every time. So 16 and 47 for those, okay? Because the next numbers we need is the variable cut acceleration is 0, 0, so we need basically variable park pin distance, so 6 millimeters to get us some momentum. Now we need to basically, okay, position of the tool head when the cutter is fully compressed, distance the tool head needs to travel to compress the cutter arm. To calculate this distance, start at the pin location XY, which is the location right here, pin location XY, and move your tool head till the cutter arm is completely compressed. Take 0.5 millimeters off this distance as a buffer. Example, pin location 9310, fully compressed 0310. We have to move to the left 8.5 millimeters. So, if we come back here, now I'm going to move, let's get back out here to my screen. I don't want to save, don't save, and I want to get back to my main dashboard, and I want to move X over until that is fully compressed. So we're going to move it over to 2, 3, moving it a millimeter at a time, 4, 5. Here, let me get this camera over here a bit more. Here we go. And then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11. I over compressed it there, so it's going to be 11. Yeah, I kind of over compressed it. So we want 11. I think I over compressed it there. So 11. So I'm going to home that again now so I can clear whatever error I did there. So we moved it over 11 millimeters. And so we want to take off a buffer for that, which said half, so it's going to be 10.5 millimeters. So actually it's going to be the position it's going to go to. Hang on 1 second now. So if I go back into here, so I'm just going to write down that I moved 11 millimeters to fully compress the cutter arm. So if we go into the macro variable, so this says the position of the tool head when the cutter is fully compressed. So the position of the tool head at fully compressed would be the 48 on the Y. I'm sorry, it's the X. Sorry, the 15 on the X minus the 11 would be 4. Okay, would be 4. With a 0.5 millimeter variance would be 4.5. So this should be 4.5, I believe, instead of 11. And that's probably why it didn't cut. 10.5 should be good. Well, but does it not want the position? Oh, the move distance. It just wants the move distance, not the actual position. Variable move distance. Distance and, okay, so 10.5 then. Take it off of the 11. Okay, so 10.5. That's my move distance that I want it to move when it hits that pin. Okay. And I think that's the only one I need to set here for now, because we've got 25 millimeter move speed, and we're going to move variable retract length is 22 millimeters, distance to retract prior to making the cut. This reduces wasted filament but might cause clog. Okay, I think that number's okay. I think we went through these numbers already before. Okay, well let's save and close, save and restart. Okay, we're restarting. I'm just going to get this heating up again so it doesn't cool off too badly. Okay. Locked and loaded, locked and loaded. We're ready to roll. Now I'm going to do a unload again. Actually, let's do a lane change again. Oh, please home the printer. Oh yeah, it always wants me to home everything. Change your position to what you wrote down. Oh, did I not do that? Ah. Oh, I did not. 16 and 47. Good catch. And 47. Oops, 47 would help. There we go. Just do another quick restart is all. There we go. Okay. Okay, let me get the light on so we can see what's going on. And we'll home. And we'll turn the heater up. Did you order the new print heads? No, what print heads? Oh yeah, oh yes. The heater for the other one, yeah. Actually I ordered I got 2 of these. I got two of these new ones. and we've already put the we put the Trident head all back together with those new ones on there now, so we should be all good. Okay, we're homed, we're heated. We're homed and heated, so I'm going to hit T2, T1 to change that head. Okay, it's just saying now that it wants to heat up. Let's see what happens now. I'm going to watch that cutter closely. Here we go. Let's see what happens. Okay, we had a nice, easy cut there. It is not... It's not pulling the filament out of the hot end. Unload error not cleared. Unload error not cleared. So something's going on. Something is going on in the hot end. Let me go ahead and move these up so I can see what's going on. See if I can see. Well, it is unloaded. It's although it's not cut. It looks like it didn't cut. If you look at the tip of that filament, it looks like it didn't cut. It just pulled it out without cutting, and I'm wondering, is there an issue with the cutter? Shouldn't be an issue with the cutter. Okay, well, let's put that back in there. Let's feed some filament. Let's heat it up and feed some filament. Anything coming out, so let's go ahead and move this. Is there a retract command? There is, and that is already set to retract to 22 millimeters. Let's just make sure we're getting filament out of here, no problem. Let's just make sure. Yeah, that's what I'm going to try. But I want to get there. We got filament running now. Okay. So we have filament running. That's exactly what I was going to try, Chris, as soon as I got some filament extruding here. Okay, so we have filament in there. So there is filament in there. Now, if I push this by hand, you know what? It just wasn't pushing it hard enough. I had to push that quite hard. Because now, if I pull this out, I got a nice clean cut. Perfect cut right here. Okay. Let me put this back in. I'm going to extrude some more. There we go. So it's not pushing hard enough to cut it. Did I level my bed? I'm not worried about that right now, but thank you. So, because when I cut that by hand, I heard a distinct click for the cutting. I heard a distinct click. But it's not pushing it over hard enough, or it's not. So actually, I need to actually push over more to cut. So there's, okay, I think what happened is when I pushed it over and I hit 11, it slipped off. I think the bolt slipped off of the cutter, and I thought that was at the end. So I need to readjust that one adjustment. Okay, so let's just, I think we're figuring this out. And I'm sorry, guys, I know it's frustrating, and I know it's frustrating for you guys because you want me to print, but imagine how frustrating it is for me. Steve Builds chat is the late Jay Leno version, and I'm the late show. I don't know. Yes, Tuxedo, not a question of force, of only distance, exactly. But I've got to, I think I need to get over on the other side of the printer here with my head over here and do more of a precise alignment with this ball, with the ball on the pusher lever thinger here, so it doesn't slip out. I think it was slipping off when it was in, and I think it was slipping. So let me go ahead and do that alignment again. So we'll come up our here, we'll go over our 10, our 20, our 30. Okay, we're going to come up our 10 here. Now I'm going to walk, I'm physically going to walk around the other side of the printer here so I can get a better, actually, you know what? I don't have to do that. I can just turn this. I haven't leveled anything, so here, I can just do this. Now, I can get a much better look here at what I'm doing. Yeah, I have a feeling that this, oh, get out of the way, wire. I have a feeling I need to lower this a little bit. So let's just see. I'm going to make some adjustments here, looking very closely. You're going to see the top of my head in here, but that's okay. So we're going to move Y. Okay, there's Y lined up. We're going to bring X in. And yes, this has got to go lower. I don't know if you can kind of see that, so the ball of the is sitting up too high. Okay, so I need my, I think it's the 2 millimeter wrench for this, I believe. Okay, so let's lower this. It's almost like a ratchet system here. Whoops. Is that too low? No, I think that's good right there. Okay, let's see. I think that's going to work. So let's bring X in again. And just touches it right there. So there's my new coordinates for this. Where's my book? May need to up my stepper current when cutting. It's in the FC macro. Are you still having trouble skip steps? Oh, okay. Jimmy, hey, welcome. Thank you. Let me look at that. So this new is 14 and 48. 14 and 48. Okay. Now let's see how far in I got to go to actually do the cut. Let's see if it'll actually perform the cut this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No. I think that's what I got to do is up the current, because what happened there, it didn't slip, but the actual head just skipped out and went out. Skipped and went back out, almost like there was too much pressure on the head. Okay, so Jimmy, you may also need to up your stepper current when cutting. It's the setting in the AFC macro VARs configure if you're still having trouble skipping steps. Okay, so let's go in here and have a look at that. You came in just in time. So let's go in here, machine, variables, and I've got to adjust the stepper current. Okay, so where do I find that? Let's just see. We're under cut. And it's going to be stepper current somewhere here, right? Variable stepper name, variable travel speed, variable acceleration. Where do I adjust the current of the stepper? And what do I adjust it to? And then I think this little knobby thing can go up a little more even, because it wasn't quite centered in that thing. But that's definitely what happened, is the stepper is skipping out. I have noise in the audio. Okay. Let's lower this a little bit. There, that might be better. Hopefully you can still hear me. Let's lower that a bit more. Let me know if that's better. Can you up the current with a G-code command? Chris, I think that's what Jimmy is saying, stepping up the current during a cut in here, and then it'll actually go back to normal. I just need to find out in here where to step up that current. Under the troubleshooting section on the repo, there is a section for it. Okay. Let me find under the repo. I've got to find that. Is that in the is that in GitHub? Let's see. Was there troubleshooting? I didn't see that. I'm probably looking in the wrong spot. Troubleshooting. Here we go. Okay, for each motor, this may be due to build of the system PTF tubing. Get a clipper error. Where am I looking? In the AFC Clipper add-on repo. Where am I finding that? Troubleshooting should be near the bottom. Here we go. Layer shift when using cut macro. Here we go. Found it. Okay. I'm too low. I didn't need to adjust it. I know. My audio was clear. Did my audio go different? I'm trying not to get too much in the red on my audio. Okay. Okay, I've upped the audio a little bit there now. Oh, okay, I get it, Jimmy. Fair enough. I see the section here now. So if you notice a layer shift occurs while the cut macro, set a higher stepper current while cutting has shown to help with this. Update the comment in the following. Update and uncomment in the following. Okay. I didn't see this in here. Make sure your stepper names are updated for variables. Okay, let's go in here. So it's going to be variable cut current. Let me go ahead and search for current. I'm probably just not seeing it. There we are, right here. Okay, we found it. Okay, now what does it say about where to put it? Okay, start with 1.7 to 1.8 amps. So this is we want on the X, because this is the X motor that's causing a skipping. Oh, the noise was just background noise from the printer fans. Okay, so let me turn this up where I had it. There we go. That might help there. Do I have noise cancel? You know what? just to let you guys all know, I'm doing a new setup here. I'm streaming directly through OBS. The audio setup is a whole lot different than I had before, so I'm still. This does have cancellation, noise cancellation. These are the Rode mics. And they do have noise cancellation. I just have not, been able to figure it out. But I will. How do you search in Clipper? Good question, Jerry. I'm on a Mac, and if you're on a PC, on a Mac, any window you're in, it's not necessarily a Clipper feature. On a Mac, I can hit Control F, and you see it brings a little search feature up here. Okay, and while I'm in Clipper, if I hit Control F, it brings a search feature. What it's doing is it's looking for a word on that page you're on that specific page. I think it's Control F on the, oh, I'm sorry, I'm on a PC. What am I saying? It's Control F on a PC. So if you hit Control F and then type in your word, it'll find those words. There you go. Overmodulated, very loud. Okay, hang on, let me turn that down. Okay, there we go. Let me know if that's a little bit better. I'm trying to adjust the sound, really finely tuning it here, so appreciate the feedback, and we'll try and get it better for next stream, for sure. Okay, so it says to me, try 1.7 to 1.8, so we're on the X is what we got to do. 1.7 to 1.8, where am I here? Okay, right here. Let's uncomment the X. Okay. Get that one uncommented, stepper X. So we want variable cut stepper X, 1 point, no, okay, so how am I going to figure this? Stepper X. No, hang on a minute here. That's not what I want. I want the current. Current right here. This one is the one I want. Okay, and that was 1.7 to 1.8. So we'll start with 1.8. Okay. And we'll see if that'll work. Mid-range orange. I am kind of peaking orange right now. Hopefully that's okay. Perfect. You want just a little too high. I found your pegging. Okay, so 1.8. Save and restart. Let's see if this is going to help things. I don't want to do another stream. I want to print on this one, but hey, it is what it is. We can't always get what we want. Mick Jagger. Okay, we're setting the temperature. I'm going to turn the case light on. Okay, and I'm going to home it, and I'm going to move that, home it, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to move this pin up a little bit more from where it was again, because I don't think I had to lower it quite so much. We'll go right about there. Okay, let's bring it over. Move out of range. What? My move is not out of range. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, I want to do Y as well? Okay. Let's go ahead and do that before we go much further. And we'll do Y, uncomment that line, and 1.8. Okay. Got it. .7 should be good. Start low and work way up. Okay. Okay. You guys are the pros. I'm the rookie learning here. I don't know if 0.1 makes a big difference, but I think it might. I don't know much about these steppers and their currents and their current situation. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't. That's just pretty bad. Hey, show you the screwdriver again? What screwdriver? This one? This one? It's a hex driver. Jimmy is the pro here. Jimmy is the pro. He certainly is. Okay, let's get my temperature up to 230. Let's get my case light on. Okay, let's go ahead and home this beast. Absolutely. Thank Jerry. It's so true. Thank you everybody for your input and help. There's my 100X, 100Y. Come on in X, 10, 20, 30. And come on down Y, 2 millimeters to the Y, and come on in a little bit more X. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're just touching now, so my coordinates are 16 and 48. Okay, that's fine. Now let's go ahead and move over until we see if we can cut here. Okay, you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, see, we skipped again. So we need to increase that current, I take it then. I would assume that's up. So we need to increase that current a little bit more. Need to uncomment the XY stepper names. I did, didn't I? I could, oh! Or did I? No. I uncommented these. Is this what you mean? I uncommented the variable current stepper X, variable current stepper Y. You need to uncomment the XY stepper names. So uncomment stepper. I am the late show. I don't necessarily get that reference, but I'll take it. So you're saying I need to uncomment the names. Let me have a look. I'm wondering if you're saying just to take the word stepper out and just say unvariable cut current X and variable cut current Y. It said something about that in here. Make sure your stepper names are updated for the variables. Stepper X. Make sure your stepper names are updated for variables. Variable con stepper names. Variable con stepper X should be uncommented and make sure the name matches your stepper names in printer config. Okay. Okay, so variable step conf name stepper X. Oh, okay. So this one and this one. Oops. Okay, and then go in. Actually, let me first of all go to printer config. I'm not going to save this right now. Go to printer config. I see. Thank you, Jimmy. I see what you mean now. Go to printer config and look at what my steppers are called. So stepper XY settings. So stepper X. So there's my name right there. Stepper underscore X. Okay, and stepper underscore Y. Okay. So now we go in here. And we make sure that we are calling them the same thing. Stepper underscore X, stepper underscore Y. And then uncomment this one. And uncomment the Y. And we want this to be called stepper Y and stepper X, like that. That's what I think you're telling me to do. Line 108 and 110, yep. You can save without restarting. Oh, okay. Okay, so I think we're okay here. Stepper X is what it's called, stepper Y, and up here, variable stepper X and stepper Y, and that's the same as they are called in the printer config. I think we're good here. Yeah, it had TMC 2209, which my steppers are not called that, so I took that part out. Okay. Can save without restarting. Oh, okay. Okay, let's home. Let's try this one more time. You know, the definition of insanity is trying the same thing over and over and expecting different results. But we've changed something. Okay. Let's do our 100, do our 100, do our 10, 20, 30. Let's bring Y in. Okay, and let's bring X over. Okay, so we should be at the 16 and 48. We are. Now let's go and see if we can get a cut here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Nope, same thing. It doesn't like that pressure. Okay. So I got to up that current, I guess, to 1.8. Since you are upping the current on your TMC driver. Okay, oh, no, you need to keep the TMC 2209 since you are upping the current on your TMC driver. Oh, okay, I thought it had to be the same. Okay, my bad. Let's let's try this again. It must be frustrating watching me, and I apologize profusely if it is. I really do. TMC 2209. Oops, which I believe had the underscore. And TMC 2209. Okay. So we had, that's where it was. Oh, yeah. Oh no, it didn't have this underscore here. Sorry. Space, and just take that out, and space. So that's where we were at, like that. Okay. Just keep checking here. Hit the cut command. You will not get an increase in current manually. Oh, I won't. Okay. The cable chain. Oh, that's a good question too. If it was the cable chain holding me back. I would not say it's frustrating. I think it's good feedback where we can make the documentation more clear to end users. Oh, thank you, Jimmy. I appreciate that. But that's a good point, Edward. That's a great point. I got to watch that. Okay, so I've got everything back the way it should be. We have our 1.7 current. We've changed all this. And then it was told to me that hit the cut command, you will not get an increase in current manually. Okay, but I do need to figure out how far in I've got to go to cut. And in order to do that, I have to actually know the amount of distance that I've got to push that into cut. Test the cut by doing AFC cut in the console. Okay. Shall do that. Let me get my case light on here. There we go. AFC park, AFC kick, AFC cut. Okay, it's going to want me to home it first, like it always does. Longer bolt, but I shouldn't have to. And as you see, Chris, it's a variable, so it only occurs while the cut command is on. Okay, let's just see. So that minus 11. Okay, well, let's just see. Let's do the AFC cut command, which is right, for those of you, there's all the macros that it brings in here. There's the AFC cut command right there. So I'll go ahead and hit that. Make that cut filament by pressing the cutter. And we'll run that. And it's saying extrude below minimum temp. Oh, I need to heat up my temperature. Got to heat up my extruder. It threw me a little error saying extrude below minimum temp. So make sure your updated variable are good as well first. Yes. The only one I'm not 100% sure of, but it should be close. So the 1647, 1648 it should be. That's okay. Okay, we'll save that. Do I need to restart this for that? I don't think so, because it hasn't run that macro yet. So we're at temperature now, so let's go ahead and try that cut command again. Go back here and do that. Okay, see what happens here. And it's not pushing it in quite far enough. So, I didn't hear the cut, so I definitely have to tell it to move in further. Now, how far? I'm not sure, because if I try and, but I have a feeling. Loosen the bolt from the chain on the opposite end and slide it over. It might be the chain preventing that from happening. I never thought of that. Let me have a look and see. Let me loosen this, move it over a bit. It might be the chain preventing that from actually letting me go in further for that macro cut, or for that cut. Okay, let's move that chain over a little. Okay, and let's see if I can actually, so there's more room. I gave it a good 5 millimeters there. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's see if I can actually manually move this. Actually, so hang on. Let me get to the positions where I was before. 16. And let me get to 48 on the Y. Okay, so there's my starting position. So let me go in and see if I can get this to manually cut. Now, is that still the chain? That bounced back out again. Again, the chain is very tight. Let's give it some more. That's all I can give it. That's the maximum amount of chain I can give it. Let's see if what we get here. Okay, give me 1 second, folks. Okay, I'm going to change the cut length. Definitely, somebody said 20, and I think that's about right. It's definitely got to go a little further for the cut. Let me try something here. Patience is a virtue. I've upped the cut length. I'm going to try 20 because it's definitely got at least another 10 millimeters of movement in there. At least. At least. And I'm wondering if that chain is the issue for the whole time here. Let's see what happens here. It's going to home before it does a cut here. I'll get my numbers without filament. Okay, makes sense. Okay. That makes perfect sense. Let's remove the filament. Good point there. Cut without the filament, that way there's no resistance. Okay. Let's do that. Let's get these numbers without it. That's right, no filament now, so there's no resistance. See, these things I learned. So don't put filament in when you're adjusting the cutting distance. It makes perfect sense. When you're as close to it as I am, you know, you don't think of these things. Okay. Now what's going on, Turtle? Turtle is stopped. I think I've confused the turtle. Okay, I've got to, give me 1 second here. And now something is really messed up. I think I'm doing too much at once. I hear you, Chris. But you know, you know what? I have bamboo printers. I love the plug and play thing, but I also love this tinkering. I love this tinkering. This has taught me, this stuff has taught me so much about how to be patient with things. I got to learn to be very patient with things, and this helps. So let's go ahead and, for some reason, I have to reload my lanes, I think. None of my turtle lanes are working. I've confused the turtle. I have to unload all my lanes and reload them. Okay, let's just do, something's going on. None of my lanes are working. Let's just do this. Okay, you're still looking for filament though. Why? It's lane 1. It still thinks it's loaded in the printer. Okay, how do I stop you? Lane 1 will not shut up. How do I stop you? Yeah, I did reboot. But lane 1 does not want to... Oh, lane 1 is slowly, it is slowly rewinding itself. Oh, this could take a while. Lane 1 is slowly rewinding the filament because it's detecting it's not in the head. I don't know how to stop it and make it go faster. It'll eventually unload, but it's going to take a long time. I did reboot. But lane 1 is still going to want to back itself up until it gets outside of the extruder, till it thinks it's unloaded and then ready to load again. And at this rate, it could be like 5 minutes before it finishes backing that filament out. I pulled it from the tool head sensor, so yeah, now it won't load on startup. It wants to unwind the whole thing back up to the sensor up here. Broccoli is so good. Cinnamon Toast Crunch bacon tonight. Oh. We just have to let this thing do its thing. It's just, it is very, you can see it, it's very slowly backing filament out. When you cycle power, it's always good to give it a few seconds before powering back up. Gives it a chance for all the power supply capacitors to discharge completely. Okay, good to know. Well, this will eventually, actually, I have a cheat here. Hang on a sec. I have a cheat. There we go. Actually, I have another cheat. Hang on. There we go. I just cut all the excess filament off of between the. I just cut off all the excess filament between the splitter and the buffer. So it should finish here in a second. Then I'll just reload all this. Then I'll just reload the lanes. You're not pleasant to be around if you eat broccoli? I love broccoli. It's one of the few vegetables that I will eat. Okay, now I thought these other lanes were giving me an issue, but they weren't. I just need to reload these other lanes. There we go. Let's reload this lane. I don't know why I unloaded these lanes. I didn't have to, but I panicked because I didn't know better. Don't panic if you don't know better. Just trust your gut. Or trust the chat. There we go. We have 4 green lights now. Now we can get this thing going. Holy cow. Now we're ready, we're ready, we're ready. Locked and loaded, locked. Okay, so now I can go ahead and home the printer. What a long process. But hey, Rome wasn't built in a day. Did you work out the retrack on the spools? Not yet, no. That's another issue that's going to come up. So here, let's go ahead and do this for now. 100, 100, 10, 10, 10. And the Y, I got to bring these to the 1648 coordinates. There's the 48. There's the 16. Okay, now let's see how much room we have. This makes more sense to move it in without any resistance. Okay, we know we're going to go at least 10. Now let's just nudge it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 15. 15, and that cutter is, oh, no, that chain. Damn, there's still room in the cutter. This chain is, my chain is too short or something. But 15, oh, there we go. I just lengthened the chain a bit more here. Oh, you know what? It's stopping at 0. It won't let me go beyond 0. Ah, it won't let me move beyond 0, but that might be enough. That might be enough movement. Or I can always lengthen that bolt, because I wouldn't mind going a couple more. So maybe what I got to do is lengthen the bolt a bit. And I think that's why the bolt is adjustable. Okay, let's lengthen that bolt a little bit. It's not going to interfere with the printing area. Let's go ahead and see. Let's go to my 1648 coordinate. Okay, there's my starting coordinate right there. Now let's try. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 13, 14, 15, 16. That is fully depressed now. Okay, that worked. So it's 16, so we're going to make it 15 and a half for the movement. Okay, 15 and a half for the movement. I'm using the length that they suggested, the bolt length that was suggested, but I moved it out a little bit, and it actually fully depressed the cutter now, and it was 16, so we'll go 15 and a half. Okay, so in here, instead of the move being 11, because that's when the drag chain was killing me, it's going to be 15.5. Not 115.5, 15.5. Not 15.58, 15.5. Learn to type, Tim. It did work. That should have moved enough. Yeah, I use the M3x16. I do have an M3x20 I brought out here, but I think the 16, this is going to be fine. It's nice and solid, so I think this might work. So I'm going to actually run it dry with no filament in it to make sure. Okay, so let's turn my light on so we can all see. Now I'm going to go over here for you guys and let's run it dry to see. Let's do AFC. Oh, we got to heat it up before it'll do the cut anyways, so it doesn't try and extrude and pull back cold filament. We'll let that heat up for the cut. We'll do a dry run, then we'll load filament in again, and then we'll try an actual cut this time. My quad gantry level is going to be way out to lunch after all this. Yeah, the way this whole thing is just weird. The way the drag chain's riding up, but I may have to get a longer chain. I think that's part of the issue I had here. I'm going to let that chain ride for now. Definitely need a longer chain for that. Brent. While we're waiting for that to heat up, let's see how many entries we have in our Polymaker giveaway so far. We have, let's see, we have, oh, YouTube, what is your problem? Refresh. How many people are watching right now? According to YouTube Studio, I have 67 concurrent viewers. We have, how many entries? We have, 34 entries. Awesome. So if you guys want to get in on the Polymaker draw, go ahead and it's pinned to the top of chat or it's down in the description of the video. Enter to win some Polymaker tonight. Come on, do it. We're going to be doing the draw in about another 20 minutes. Only need to change from the middle of the beam. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, should be fine. And we're over about as far as we're going to want to go. Let me snug that down a little bit anyways, so it doesn't play. Okay, let's try the cut command again here. We're going to run the cut command dry. Oops, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to do this. And let's see if it does the actual cut. Yeah, I know I forgot to home you first. Here we go. It actually worked. It actually put a little bit of pressure on this thing, so it actually did the entire cut command. Did it give me an error here? No, it didn't. So it gave me a good cut. So now we're going to load some filament. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to load lane 1, T0. Please home the printer before... Oh, come on. You always want me to home the printer before I do squat. It's a trick. Do not enter. God, nice one, Nick. You got to take her home first. Take her home and then try a dry run? Is that what you're saying? Where is this stream going? Okay. We're homed. Let's try a T1 load again. A T0. Setting extruder temperature. It's got to go up to 235 degrees. I am going to back this up and there we go. So we are loading filament from, there we go. It's coming down. You're going to see it hit the extruder. You can see it coming through. It's feeding. It's hit the hot end. There it is. And it is, and then we're going to actually just extrude a little bit first. So I want to make sure it's actually coming out. We're going to follow the instructions. I'm going to raise this so the camera can see it. There we go. Let's spit out some hot filament. Make sure it's actually coming through and that it loaded correctly. And there we go. We have filament. Okay. Hey, Thomas. Hey, Thomas. I'm not going to try and pronounce your last name. I have a message on my phone. Let's see what the message says. Aww, I'm not going to repeat that message. I'm blushing here. My wife sent me a message. Okay, we have extruded filament. I'm going to bring that Z down again so that we can watch the cut. So let's go ahead. Okay, we're going to bring it down. That's far enough. I'm going to go in here, and now I'm going to hit, basically hit back up here, T1. So I'm going to tell it to take lane 1 out and put lane 2 in. There we go. We're going. We cut. I heard the snap of the cut. And, come on. We're not. It didn't. It didn't cut. I got an error. Unload error not cleared. It did not cut? What is going on? It didn't cut. It's a nice sound, but did it actually cut? Let me look. Let me see. It did cut. It cut. So the cut worked, but why did it give me an unload error? Okay. So I have a red light on lane 1. So the cut was successful, but it did not unload the lane. It says unload. Here's what the message I got. Unload error not cleared. Okay, so we got to figure that out. Something here said set to 36, idle timeout, action pause, pausing, park toolhead, lane failed to unload filament from toolhead, filament stuck in toolhead. Well, why would the filament be stuck in the toolhead? It did a clear cut. It did a clear cut, and I'm able to actually pull that filament out of here without effort. So, what happened? It cut, it just didn't pull far enough back to clear extruder gears. Okay, so if that's the case, I need to adjust this setting. Oops, wrong one. So then I need to adjust this setting right here. Distance to retract prior, not prior to making the cut. This reduced wasted filament but might cause clog if set too large, or if there are gaps in the hot end assembly. Retract length and speed after the cut so the cutter can go back to its original position. So the distance in millimeters to retract the aid lever decompression. Okay, that's nothing to do with that. Okay, pushback of the remaining tip from the cold into the hot end must be less than the retract length. So variable pushback length from the cold end into the hot end. That's not what I want. Add extra space here. Extra space where? Sensor and tool head clogged. I don't think so, because it's showing now. When I load it, I get a blue. When I load the when I load lane 1, I get a blue light. So that's the sensor working. When I unload, when there's no filament in lane 1 to the tool head, I've got a red light, meaning it's an error light right now. Add 4 where, Jack? I'm just thinking add 4 where. I'm trying to figure out which one it wants. So we have pushback of the remaining tip from the cold end into the hot end. We don't want that. Must be less than the retract length. And the retract length is 22. What do you have your tool station unload set to? Found in AFC hardware config. Okay, let me look at that. The Pro has stepped in. AFC hardware config, and we're looking at tool station unload. Tool station unload 62. 62. Oops, you can't see that. Sorry. Let me move my ugly mug. Let me move this out of the way. There it is. It's set to 62 there, Jimmy. So distance, so the tool station unload distance to move in millimeters while unloading the tool head. Extra distance to move millimeters once pre-post sensors are clear, useful for when only using post sensor. Tool unload speed, tool station distance in millimeters from the tool head sensor to the tip of the nozzle. Okay, we've calculated that. I believe we've calculated that because of the type of hot end we're using. Upload a lane and extrude, and then manually do AFC cut, and then manually retract. Okay, upload a lane and extrude, and then manually do a cut, and then manually retract, keeping track of the total distance until your tool head sensor disables. Okay. Load a lane. Okay, let's try that. But for now, I've got to unload lane 1. Unload lane 1. Let's go back to here, and I believe there is an unload macro. Unload the current loaded lane. Okay. And we're unloading lane 1. We have to... Okay, lane 1 is unloaded. We are blue and green, ready to load. Okay, so let's load a lane. I don't think your tool station unload is big enough. Tool station unload. Let's see where we were in that. That was where? Oh, you don't think this is big enough? Okay. I see what you're saying. Okay. So let's load. Are we up to temperature? Yeah, we're still up to temperature. Let's go ahead and load lane 1 again. You can hear it go, and I'll tell you when. It loads pretty quick. Here comes the filament. Whoa, it's fast. And down into the tool head. Here we go. And we'll just go up, and we will, here, I'm just going to turn this guy around a little bit here so you guys can see what's going on here as well. Okay, and then we'll retract, we'll get some filament flowing. Then we'll do a manual cut. There we go. We have filament extruding. Okay, here we go. And then he said do an AFC cut. So we'll go over here. And we'll do the right here AFC cut. Okay, and we heard that nice sound of the filament cutting. Okay, now Jimmy says then manually retract, keeping track of the total distance until your tool head sensor disables. So the tool head sensor is going to disable when the blue light turns red, if I'm not mistaken. So we've done the cut. We have a blue light Here, let me just back this up. Oh, actually, it's easier if I just do this. So we've done the cut. We have a blue light on lane 1. Now I'm going to retract the filament. I will retract it, say, 1 millimeter at a time. We'll retract until we get until the blue light turns red. Your sensor in mainsail. What sensor? Where am I looking for that? So I was going to retract. Oh, until is it going to tell me here? I keep forgetting there's about a 20-second lag between what I say and when you hear it. Open my AFC config file. Yeah, where am I looking? We need an iShock command. I know, guys, I'm sorry. There's a lot to look at here. Hey, Thunder Keys. So I'm in my AFC config file. They are enabled and should show under your miscellaneous section. They are enabled. Enable sensors and GUI. Okay, and should show under my miscellaneous config section. Miscellaneous config section. Miscellaneous. Oh, okay. These. Lane 4 prep. So I want tool head, tool start. Are these the ones you're talking about? Move until tool start goes empty. Okay. Okay, fair enough. Can I move? Is there a way to move this around? Okay. Tool start, no. Let's do 5 more. Still says detected. That's 15. Still says detected. This will be 20. Still says detected. Detected. I don't think, unless I have to toggle that. Nope. Tell Thunder Keys what's going on. What's going on is that we have got the cutter working. We had to up the amperage on the motor on the cutter. And thanks to Jimmy, we've been able to figure some of this stuff out. And now we are just trying to, we're having an error with rewinding the filament or with getting the filament out after it's cut. That is, I've rewound that, like, that's 30 millimeters there. I think it's all the way out now. It's got to be all the way out. Let me just, I mean, that had to have cleared that a long time ago. Still says detected. Oops, retract. Yeah, so let me see. I'm going to actually, because the filament, it's out. So if I even pull that out, is it still going to say, now it says empty. Okay, maybe I was just not patient enough. Let me put more filament in. Set to 62. Okay, let me put more filament in. I think I was just too impatient there. Okay, let me extrude some more filament here. Let me do this again. Don't try to detect it. It's not too late to whip it. Whip it. Oh God. Ay, ay, ay. I think I was just impatient there. I think it had to come out more than I thought it had to come out. So bear with me 1 second. I'm going to do this again. There we go. Okay, we got filament coming out. We're just going to redo this. You can also reorder your dashboard to move the sensors to near the same position in the mainsail dashboard as the extruder panel. Let me figure that. Okay, we got that. Let's do the cut now, and then we'll do that. Let's cut. Okay, nice sound. It cut perfect. It cut. Now, you can also reorder your dashboard to move the sensors near the same position in the mainsail. Yeah, I need to figure out how to reorder the freaking dashboard on this thing. I'm sure it's something to do with the setup. Dashboard. Oh yeah, so I want to move miscellaneous up near extruder. Reset layout. No, I want you to be up here. Is that right? There we are. There it is. Okay, now we've got it. Okay, so we have detected. We're going to retract. So let's retract 50 millimeters to start, since we're going to have to move it at least 60. Thunder Keys, I can't. Unfortunately, I'm using a different streaming software, and I don't know how to. I'm not 100% sure how to bring somebody in on OBS. So, okay, but I figured it out. There's a 20-second delay between what I'm saying now and when you're hearing it. So I'm 20 seconds sort of behind in the comments. So, anyways, I think we got this maybe licked. So that now we're 50. Now we'll go 5 at a time, and we're looking for this to say empty. That's 55. That's 60. That's 65. That's 70. 75. That's 80. It's still saying detected. Let's do 10 more. That's 90. That's 100. See, we've moved it back 100, and it is still saying detected. Yep. 110, 120. It should be out by now. Because obviously the gears aren't moving it anymore. The gears are not moving it anymore, and so if I 110, I'm at 120 so far. Oh, what the heck? Let's go 130. I can see it's not pulling anything out. I can hear it's not pulling it. Does it change state if I manually stick a piece of filament in and out? That's a good question. Let's try it. Yeah, because this you can see in the bottom, that came out real easy. I mean, there was no force there. Is there a pull-up on the pin? Let's grab a piece of filament. Let's stick it in there and see what she does. It says empty now, now that I pulled that all out, but so here we go. There we go. Detected, empty. Detected, empty. Detected, and empty. So it's working, but there's no way that's 160 millimeters of filament I'm sticking in there. So, no, it's not a sticky switch. See, look at that. Empty, detected, empty, detected, empty, detected. So that's working. But it won't pull back, obviously, until it detects that it's empty. So, so here, just so you guys were seeing what I was doing, we have a piece of filament in here, and I put it in. It's detected now. I pull it out, and it's empty now. I pull it out, and that's how much came out before it detected empty. So that's basically the distance between here and where that switch is, which is this piece of length I pulled out right here is about, it's about 300 millimeters, sorry, 30 millimeters. And that's what came out when I pulled this out of the hot end, but it didn't. And when I put it back in, it's still saying empty now. No, the PTFE tube does not go down that far. The blade is fully retracted. Yes, the blade is fully retracted. Yeah. So PTFE might be tripping it. I could, okay, well this is what I'll do, just in case that's the thing. Let me put some more filament in the hot end. Let's go ahead and put more filament in the hot end. So we're just going to get more filament put in there. We'll see if the PTFE is causing the issue. So let's go ahead and get some, should be coming out right now. Tell me we're not cooling down, right? No, we're still at temperature. And come on, filament. Hair or booger that got caught in the sensor. I see what you're saying. Okay, I just want to, I'm going to try the one more thing. Yeah, the PTFE doesn't go down far enough. So we're extruding fine. There we go. Oh, that's nice and hot. Okay, so we're extruding fine. We'll do the manual cut. Listen for the cut. Okay, we got the cut. No problem, we got a cut. Now, after the cut, we are detected. Okay, we're going to retract 50 millimeters. Actually, let's go ahead and pull the PTFE out now. Okay, we got the PTFE. If you see right here, this will just eliminate this from the equation. PTFE is out. Okay. This is a clockwork. Thunder keys. It's possible there is some sort of hair or booger. Yeah, it's possible, but well, let's just see. Let's retract 50. And we are moving. I'm just checking we are moving. Okay, see, that's when it retracted. I wonder if I need to tighten this down a little bit. Hang on 1 second here. I'm going to try something here. Let me try something just for fun. Let me just try something. I've watched other people do this, and I haven't seen anybody have as much trouble as me. But, so, go figure. That's fine. Okay, we got filament in there. Okay. Oh, let's do a cut. Okay, we're cut. Let's see if my thought process. I want to pull this off so I can see what's going on here. So I'm going to pull that off. Now I'm going to retract 50. Okay, I'm going to retract 25. It comes out, but it's not, so something's happening. Well, exactly, so that's what's happening. The BoxTurtle extruders exist too, but the BoxTurtle's not assisting in the retract. There's definitely, so it retracts to this point here. It's almost like it doesn't, it's almost like the retraction, it's not pulling it out that last tiny little bit. Let me ask you this question. Because this might be an issue. Does the sensor have to be disabled, in other words, to say empty, before the BoxTurtle will start rewinding? Or will the BoxTurtle start rewinding, and the only reason I'm getting that error is because it was feeling resistance? Or is it giving that error because it wasn't showing as empty on that sensor? So the BoxTurtle does assist with the retract. Okay. So it's possible that I just need to increase that retraction length. It is synced with the extruder when loaded. Okay. Because it's cutting, it's retracting enough. I can just increase that retraction length. It doesn't matter. But then the BoxTurtle is going to. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's try this. Let's try this then. Let's try this. I'm a very patient I'm being extremely patient tonight because we fixed the cutter issue, which was my main thorn in my side last week. The extruder won't retract enough to clear the sensor. Well, that's the thing. I retracted it, whatever, 200, but that's as much as the extruder would extract it. But then if I actually manually pulled, it then cleared the sensor. So either, yeah, so there's nothing, that sensor is clear. It is, there's nothing really holding it when I do the test piece. Do a BT lane move on the lane to see if it's moving the filament with the BoxTurtle extruder. Okay, BT move, BT lane move. So I can do that with BT lane eject, BT lane move. Oops, I got to tell which lane. BT lane move, lane 1, distance 20. We'll do minus 20. 20. Okay, so we'll look here. Let's see if I can get the camera on here. It's awful bright. Let me turn these lights down a little bit here so we can see what's going on here. I'm trying to show the filament in here. It's hard to see the filament in there with the lights on. And they're flickering. There we go. You can see the filament in there now. Distance minus 50. Okay, let's do a minus 50 on that. Okay, BT lane move, minus 50. Okay, we're going to send, so let's see if this actually pulls this filament up. Moved a little bit. Let's do it again. Yep. So it is moving the filament out. Okay. So let's send it back in. Okay, we sent it back in. Okay. Now I'm gonna, yeah, so that is working. Yes, it is. Let me do a measurement on that and see if it actually is moving the 50 millimeters. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. Let's do the BT lane move again. Minus 50. Oops. Often indicates the host computer is overloaded. I overloaded something. It just, a clipper restarted. Okay, we got to restart here. We overloaded something and I had a clipper error and I have to restart here. I think it's my brain that's overloaded. We got to do a draw. We're a little bit late doing the draw tonight, guys. So let's see. We have 51 entries in the Polymaker draw, and we have 51 entries. And how many people are on the stream at this moment? There are 82 people on the stream at the moment, which is awesome. So go ahead, and if you haven't had a chance yet and you want to enter a draw to win some Polymaker filament, there is a link up in the top of the chat pinned, or it's down in the description. I'll give you 5 minutes. Go ahead and enter your name in the Polymaker draw to win some Polymaker. $35 US, I believe. Don't quote me because I'm in Canada. But you enough to get some filament for sure. But go ahead and enter the draw, and we will do the draw in about 5 minutes. I'll give you 5 minutes to get your name in the draw. Well, we try one more thing here. Only 46 likes. That's because this has become more of an education stream. You know, it's going to be another disappointing stream not being able to print out of this yet. But you know what? It's got to be configured. I got to get through all these bugs. I got to get through this learning curve, and then things will happen. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to home this sucker. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that the turtle is actually pulling 50 millimeters when I tell it to pull 50 millimeters, to make sure that there is Not an issue with that. Normally at this point in the stream when I'm having this much difficulty, I'd be very disappointed, but I'm not. I'm ecstatic because we solved one major issue. And these are just little road bumps on the road to success. I'm not as intelligent with this stuff as, say, Thunder Keys and Jimmy is. And that's why these guys are here helping me, and I appreciate that more than they know it. So. For the people who are not pro streamers, we now have a voice chat channel on the Armored Turtle Discord where the builders can stream their builds and get support from the community. Awesome. Awesome. I appreciate the support you guys give me here. It's above and beyond. It really is, you don't know how much I appreciate what you're doing. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to BT lane move the -50. Let's just make sure we're getting. I'm going to send. Okay, one more. One more. Why am I not moving? I don't seem to be moving much. Hang on a second here. Unless I got that. No, that's not stuck. Let's just see if this works. I'm going to see if this moves. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to measure the distance, how far it moves. I think I just had it too far into the extruder. So here's my mark. Let's tell it to move 50. Oh, hit the button. And I'll just quickly measure this to make sure it moved 50. And it moved 50 on the nose. Exactly 50. So that is pulling where it should. Let's put that back in there. We'll load this up again and try it. There we go. Let's get this loaded in the tool head again. See if I can load, unload after that. Yeah, let's pull that 50 back out. So I'll do a proper load. There we go. Okay. We'll put this in. We will do a tool head load. Oh, you're already loaded. Okay. Let's unload. Boop, boop, boop. Let's do an unload and then a load. This does not keep up with the unload. It almost looks like the spools are slipping on the rubber. So I may need to change that up, because if I assist it, it works. But I'm pretty sure that these spools are slipping on the rubber feet here. So it's the only thing I can see, because mechanically wise it's moving fine, but yeah, it's kind of slipping on that. So BT tool unload. So was that a macro there too? Oh, there we go. Yeah, I just saw that now. Okay, I didn't need to heat it up. I just had to do the unload, but that's okay. It's gonna unload in a second here. Here, I'll show you, I'll give you a bird's eye view of what that's gonna do when it unloads. I kind of have to assist this because it seems that the spool slips on the rubber feet here. If we watch this when it unloads here. Don't think it's rubbing on the side of the tray. I'll get up there and look at that closer, but here we go. So it's going to run the cutting thing, boom, boom, then it's going to do its unload thing here. See, they're turning fast, but the spool itself is not keeping up with it. Come on, come on. These are turning just fine. I think I think they're slipping. Something is slipping up here. So anyways, that's That's a secondary problem that we don't need to worry about right now. So let's load now. Let's go ahead and load T0. Okay, loading is fine. It loads wonderful. Like if you see, oh, you just missed it, but it loaded fine and it kept up with it fine. You can bump up the rewind speed multiplier from the default to 0.5 like 7 or 1. Okay, cool. The wheel hubs might be slipping on the shaft. That could very well be the issue. So we're loading here. Okay. It did a load. Now it's going to do a home after the load so that I can purge some filament out. Doo-doo-doo. What's happening? Okay, what's going on? Let's see. We didn't load all the way. Why didn't we load all the way? Okay, I got to unload again. Let me just see what's going on here. Well, your loading is once roll forward and pull with the filament. Ah, okay. And unloading it. I think it's slipping when it unloads. I'll have to have a look at that. Let me try it with a different lane and see. But yeah, I think these might be slipping. These wheels might be slipping up here. Spinning on the rod and the gear is not turning them sufficiently. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, let's I'm gonna go find that. Let's do the draw. Let's take a break here and do the draw. Because I'm actually at the end of my stream time. It's crazy. I've spent 2 hours fixing these issues, but hey, what the heck? Better do it live than not, right? So, okay, let's go. We're going to go do the draw. We're going to change things up for a second here, do the draw, then maybe I'll go for another half hour and try a couple things here. Let me just home this and bring the tool head over closer to me. See what's going on, and then we'll do the draw. We will do the draw. A draw, exciting. I'm going to close the draw in about 30 seconds. So if you haven't entered, I'm sorry, but you've had lots of warning. Okay, let me find the draw window here. There we are. And everybody is in the day. That's why I drilled dimples on your spooler shafts. You wanted to be sure to avoid that issue. Oh, interesting. Okay, well, hey, these are things that you learn as you go, right? But hey, it's all good. Okay, I'm going to close the draw officially in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're done. Okay, I'm going to grab the entries and wish everybody luck. Hopefully you entered, and I hope you win. I'm pointing at you. Right there. Right, don't hide, right there. I want you to win. Okay? You. I'm going to grab all the names and we're going to populate the wheel. Download Excel spreadsheet. Okay. Let's find the file. There is the list of names. And it looks like we have Whoa, how many names did we get in here today? Awesome, 60 entries, awesome. We're going to copy all these. Perfect. Now we are going to open this window back up here so I can see you and you can see me. Is you in chat? You might be in chat. You are going to win. Okay. I'm going to close this window. I'm going to open this window. And I'm going to let you guys see this window. There you go. Oh, let's move my face out of the way over here, okay? Let's move my face up to cover the ads that might appear. There we go, that's better. I'm going to paste everybody's name in here. There are all the names on the wheel. Here we go, look at that. Look at that. Okay. I've decided that, I've really decided that I'm not going to rush this just to get the prints going. I want to do it properly. And if I have run into these little snags along the way and I have to actually move the printing to another stream, not much I can do about it, but I'm not going to get frustrated over it anymore. I am just going to do the steps necessary, be patient with it, and we'll eventually get this thing printing for sure, right? A lot of other people that have made these had none of these issues, got printing right away, and it was great. But I don't know if they had issues behind the scenes. So all my issues are coming up live. I am not doing anything to try and fix these things completely. I am doing a few things to try and fix them between streams, but I like to have these issues resolved on stream if possible, so everybody can learn the issues or what went wrong and what the solution was. So, anyways, let's do a draw. Okay, give me a number. I'm going to take the 5th person, and I want a number between 4 and 15. A number between 4 and 15, and the 5th person to put it in, you might even be the winner. Silence is golden, golden. Number between 4 and 15. I know there's a 20-second delay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 5. The number is 9. The 5th person, 1, 2, 3, 4. Leo the Human says number 9. Number 9. Okay. We're going to spin the wheel. We're going to mix it up 9 times. And then we're going to draw. Ready, set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And good luck to everybody. Here we go. This week's winner is dun da da da. It is Russ Gare. Congratulations, Russ Gare. Are you on stream, Russ? Congratulations, you have won some Polymaker. Russ, let me know if you're on stream, Russ. Russ is a regular watcher. I know he's probably here. I know you're here, Russ. Come on. One of the rules is you do go. There you are. You're here watching and working. Congratulations. Awesome. Congratulations, Russ. I will get a hold of you tomorrow with the link and the code. Congratulations on the win. Way to go. Way to go. Oh, I got to do my due diligence. I always take a picture of the winner. Not an actual physical picture, but picture of the winner. So I have that, down there. That's awesome. Okay, cool. Yeah, there's a 20-second delay between when you guys see me and I see your chat. So I do see that Russ is here. Perfect. Okay. So I'm not going to go on much longer. I like to come at these things with a fresh mind. Thunder Keys and Jimmy, you guys have been more valuable than you know. Tuxedo, you've also been a great help tonight. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate that. I'm going to work on I'm going to actually not do a whole lot more right now. I'm hungry. It's been a long stream, etc. Yeah, the time delay is a killer. I just saw your thing there. Now it's going to be 20 seconds before I respond to your thing there. It's kind of crazy. I'm going to try and figure out why that time delay is happening, why this time delay is happening for the next stream. For those of you that weren't aware, I am streaming differently now. I used to go through StreamYard with OBS as a virtual camera. And hey, good night, 3D Experiments. And StreamYard wants an outrageous amount of money now, and I said no more. I'm not getting any ROE on paying for StreamYard when I can stream through OBS, which is what I'm streaming through right now, for free. But there are, of course, some hiccups when I transition from what I'm used to something I'm not used to. So please do feel free to make use of the Armored Turtle Discord help ticket system. Thunder Keys, thank you. I will. I will for sure. Yeah, so there's that, the 20-second delay is a lot. There was never that much delay when I was going the other way, but I think it's just a setting, something I have to set up in OBS or something I have to set up on the YouTube end to figure out what's going on with that 20-second delay, because that's just too much. In my opinion, it's too much because it makes things a little bit confusing. I see something in chat, I ask a question, and then there's the delay of answering that question, and it can get things all confusing. So yeah, thanks, Edward. We'll see you next week. But yeah, so I don't even have a closing video on this. It'll just, the stream's just gonna maybe I'll close with a song or something. I don't know, not me singing, but the intro song. Actually, I need to create a closing song. Maybe I need to, but I'm going to practice more and more. I'm going to play with OBS a little bit more this week. I'm going to try to make things a little better. I'm going to try and get that delay down as much as I can to 1 second, which is what I thought I had done. But obviously there's something I didn't set correctly in OBS to do that. So be patient with me on the next few streams as I transition into using this as my full-time stream thing. Somebody told me you can bring one guest on in OBS, but I'm not sure. I'm going to look into that as well. So, Steve Builds, hey, how you doing? It's in YouTube Studio, Steve Builds says. Okay, I'll look in YouTube Studio to see about that delay. Because I know there was in OBS, I could tell it to do a delay of 1 second. And if you don't tell it to do a delay, it defaults to a delay of whatever. But I'll look into YouTube Studio. Thank you, Steve. I will look into that. So, yeah. Low latency mode, which reduces lag. Okay, cool. Cool. About 5 seconds. I'd even take 5 seconds over this 20-second. So, Marcus says he needs 120 seconds to type a response. That's funny. That's good. That is funny. So, anyways, listen. Everybody that's watching, thank you so much. Again, thank you everybody for your help. You know who you are. Congratulations, Russ, for winning the filament. Steve, thank you for popping in. I know you've probably been watching and listening in the background, maybe even cringing, because I know you've done one of these, I think. And you probably didn't have nearly as much trouble as I'm having, but hey, that happens. So, we'll talk to all you guys next week. I may do an impromptu stream during the week just to do more testing, maybe working on this, but also more so for testing some OBS stuff and try and get this latency, this delay down. So I don't have a closing video at all. All I can do for closing is maybe go to this screen here and maybe say, here, do you want to hear the music? I don't know. Here we go. This might not even play. It'll be loud. Hang on. There we go. We'll turn that down as I go. We'll just play that song as I sing my way out, but I'm not going to sing the lyrics. So this is like one of the last steps. I agree. Yeah. This is one of the last steps. I agree. And then we just got to configure the slicer, etc. Maybe I'll configure the slicer during the week on another live stream while we're figuring this out. So, yeah. Yeah, so, well, I appreciate you popping in anyways for the last little bit, Steve. And I appreciate Thunder Keys and Jimmy again. Thank you so much for all your help. All I can do is stop the stream from here because I don't have a closeout anymore because I haven't prepared any videos or anything for this. So I'll just say good night, and we'll see all you guys next week. Thank you again for being here. I appreciate y'all. Okay, I'm just... There's a 20-second delay. The screen on my printer is a BTT, a big TreeTech 7-inch touchscreen. So there we go. Talk to you guys later. Bye for now. How do I shut? I don't even know how to shut a stream down from this yet. So hang on. There, and this says end stream, or I can say stop streaming on here. Bye, guys. Did that stop? I don't even know if that stopped. Maybe I have to hit this button here. This one?